Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. Very interesting news today. We had the mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, who is bullish on crypto. He went on CNBC and alluded to buying the dip, and he will be taking his salary in Bitcoin, well, at least the first few. And we also have big news around some Hong Kong real estate investors raising money for a crypto bank. Seems like everybody's investing in crypto these days. Bank of America is talking about Coinbase stock, and we have Sam Bankman-Fried, who's the CEO of FTX, weighing in on the crypto price pullbacks and what's happening and what he thinks is affecting the price and so forth. Now, before we get to it, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. This video is brought to you by Algorand, which is building the future of finance. Algorand is getting significant adoption and investments. For example, Borderless Capital raised $500 million to invest in the ecosystem of Algorand. Both Anthony Scaramucci and Michael Arrington have invested hundreds of millions of dollars into Algorand. NFTs and CBDCs are being built on the Algorand blockchain. And I am an Algo token holder and definitely bullish on this blockchain project, guys. I do believe it's going to be one of the winners coming out of the market. And it is, I think, a third generation crypto project where, you had your Bitcoins, your Ethereums, and now you have the likes of Algorand, where things are much more efficient, scalable, more transactions per second, and so forth. So if you would like to learn more, please visit algorand.com. All right. Just some heads up on some interviews I have coming up for you guys. Some really good ones like Anthony Scaramucci, Randy Zuckerberg, Danelle Dixon from Stellar, Mance Harmon, one of the co-founders and CEO of Hedera Hashgraph, Ron Hammond of the Blockchain Association, even Ripple's David Schwartz. So make sure you got that notification bell enabled, guys. And if you're listening on the podcast sites, appreciate it. Please give me 5 stars. Once again, it helps support the channel. All right, Sam Bankman-Fried, who's the CEO of FTX Exchange, he had some interesting tweets last night. He said, number 1, things to do in a bear market. Number 2, build. Now he kind of backtracked and he said, to be clear, I'm not saying we're in a bear market. Bear markets are myths spread by wildfires. Markets are efficient machines sometimes, but more generally, down today doesn't mean down tomorrow. And then he also weighed in saying, okay, but more seriously, this isn't a crypto specific or crypto caused move. Everything is down today. Equities are probably leading crypto. Now, yeah, there's some truth to that, but I've said before, we're still in a bull market, and I think he backtracked a bit. I get what he was saying. In these times of pullback where nothing is happening, it's a good time to build, right? If you're on the building side of things, at least, and if you're on the investing side, step away, go do something else with your life, right? And enjoy life, because crypto can suck you in, and you're constantly looking at prices, and that's not healthy. You do need to step away from it, right? Give yourself that mental break. But he's right that other factors are affecting it. Obviously, we had the news of the Fed, they're going to raise rates, and we saw a lot of the other assets also pull back along with crypto. But I honestly don't think they're going to raise rates, but we'll see what happens. I talked about it in yesterday's video. Moving ahead here, guys, crypto scammers stole a record $14 billion in 2021. Man, that's crazy. And we see all these scammers on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, wherever people are congregating on social media. They impersonate influencers. They send fake messages, send me 1 Bitcoin and I'll send you 10. And I tweeted about it today. I just want to let you guys know, if you're new to the market, do not send anyone any crypto who's promising you to send you back, even more. Send me 0.5 ETH and I'll send you 50 ETH. That is a scam. Please do not fall for those things. And if you see anyone impersonating me who's doing it, please flag and report immediately. I also mentioned, use multiple security layers. Use a hardware wallet. I stored a majority of my crypto in a hardware wallet. If you have some crypto on exchanges, use 2-factor authentication with the Google Authenticator. and also do that for your, not only your exchange profile, but your emails. Also contact your cellular provider. I certainly did this, and make sure that they lock any changes to your SIM card. So you're not a victim of SIM swaps, right? That they have to go through multiple layers of verification, PIN numbers, and all kinds of stuff to essentially change anything, because this is a big one that these scammers they do. They go and they go get a new phone, take your and get the SIM swap, and then they can do a lot of things with that. And certainly use IP whitelisting. What do I mean by that? Well, you could set the withdrawal limits on certain exchanges where anything above a certain amount, it can't do it unless it's on your home IP address or multiple addresses if you have a work or so forth. But that's something you can do. So it doesn't matter where that person is in the world who's trying to scam you. They can't do anything because their IPs don't match. So, you got to take these precautions, guys. It's your money that it could potentially be worth hundreds of thousands, even millions. And it's important to go through these steps and to protect your investments. All right. New York City Mayor Eric Adams, bullish on crypto. He still plans to take his first 3 paychecks in Bitcoin. And he wants to make New York City a hub for technology and crypto companies. Let me play the clip here for you guys.
And then I got to ask you this question, because we are on CNBC. You said before you became mayor that you were going to take your first 3 paychecks, if I remember, in Bitcoin. Have you taken them in Bitcoin? Have you gotten a check? Have you gotten a payment in Bitcoin yet? And by the way, Bitcoin's come down, unfortunately for you, if you have.
Well, you know what? Sometimes the best time to buy is when things come down. So when they go back up, you made a good profit. Let's be clear on this. I know it's hard to believe because of the way we are getting stuff done, GSD, our motto, but it has only been just a couple of days since we've been in office, 5 days. It's been, I say being mayor of New York, each day is like dog years, you are fully engaged. But yes, I'm going to take my first 3 paychecks in Bitcoins. Haven't received my first check yet. But I think we need to use the technology of blockchain, Bitcoin, all other forms of technology. And I want New York City to be the center of that technology. So I'm looking forward to that first paycheck in Bitcoins.
Guys, it's bullish. First, he alluded to buying the dip, right? Saying he can buy the lows and sell the high to make a profit. And then he talked about what he wants to do with New York City. And if you step back for a second, this is game theory playing out. We saw Mayor Francis Suarez of Miami. He made the first move. I interviewed him talking about this. And then we saw the mayor of Jackson, Tennessee, Scott Conger, who I also interviewed. And now we see New York City's mayor. And I think Austin, Texas, their mayor is also open to crypto. And these cities are also, seems like they're turning very bullish on the city coins movement. There was Miami coin, New York City coin was launched as well. So this is a great sign, guys. It just shows the adoption, and these things are still happening regardless of what the price is. Price will eventually follow all this adoption and infrastructure build out, and more people coming on board and adopting and using crypto, investing, and so forth. So great to see this. And this is getting mainstream coverage, right? This is not some somebody talking on a small podcast or something. This is mainstream television. They're talking about this. Mayors are talking about crypto now. Such a different time than it was years ago. And my OG and crypto investors and people who've been here for a while and listened to me for a while, years ago, it was taboo to do these things. No one wanted to even touch it or talk about it, or they would say, it's a fad or it's a scam, it's this and that. Now we're seeing the race to adopt as quick as possible from both the private and public sector. Check this out, guys. Hong Kong real estate giant leads $90 million raise for crypto bank Sygnum. Sung Hung Kai reportedly became the biggest seller of new homes in Hong Kong in January 2022. This is so interesting, right? These people who have nothing to do with crypto are entering in one way or the other. So Sung Hung Kai, one of the largest property developers in Hong Kong, continues betting on the cryptocurrency industry by investing in Swiss crypto outfit Sygnum. Sygnum officially announced Thursday that it had closed a $90 million Series B round led by Sung Hung Kai, a real estate giant and alternative investment firm in Hong Kong. According to Sung Hung Kai executive chairman Lee Seng Huang, the company has a strategic vision to expand its fund management offering into digital assets. Of course they do. You have to get on board. This is the new disruptive technology, the emerging crypto asset class, and there's money to be made here, guys. And even people in other asset classes like real estate, precious metals. We've seen guys like Dan Tapiero jump in. It just seems like everybody's jumping in, right? And one of the things I always go back to is what Paul Tudor Jones said. This is the fastest horse in the race. So looking at different assets, whether it be stocks, real estate, precious metals, and so forth, he said crypto is the fastest horse in the race. And just in Q4 of 2021, he said he's more bullish on Bitcoin than he is on gold. So not saying that he's dumping gold, he's just saying he's more bullish because it goes back to the fastest horse in the race. This thing is digital. A lot of the supplies for these coins are hard cap. And you see the full execution and transactions and movement on the blockchain, right? And it's easily transportable. And you guys know all the great properties, right? That it really leapfrogged a lot of the traditional assets that people invest in. So very bullish news. And as always, game theory will play out. They may be the first domino to fall. Many others will follow. Now, check this out. Bank of America, they're saying Coinbase revenue diversification to accelerate in 2022 and beyond. Analysts at the bank upgrades crypto company to buy ratings, citing its new or upcoming staking, NFT, and DeFi offerings. Now, full disclosure, I hold some Coinbase stock. I am bullish on it. I think we're still in the very early days and holding some of these, not just the crypto assets, but stock in these companies makes sense. I've also disclosed it with you guys that I hold some of the Bitcoin mining company stocks like Riot Blockchain. I have some of that in my portfolio. Don't get me wrong, majority of my investments are in the actual assets themselves, but diversification is important, right? You can make money in different ways, and investing in these companies that are in the first inning of this asset class and technology and the tech revolution, I think is a good idea, but this is not financial or investment advice, of course. So Bank of America projects Coinbase's subscription and services revenue reached 16% in 2023 compared to 4% of total revenue in 2020. User-created metaverses will be the future of social networks, Coinbase Chief Product Officer Saurabh Chatterjee wrote in a December 30th blog post. So essentially, these exchanges and companies are expanding to build out new features and different innovations that are branching off from crypto, like the metaverse, like NFTs, and so forth. So more capital will be coming in, and certainly they will be making a lot more revenue and profits, I believe. So this is why I hold Coinbase stock. But pretty interesting to see Bank of America talking about this. Finally, strategic advisory firms merge to become, guess what? Crypto space's go-to M&A specialist. So M&A standing for mergers and acquisitions. So executives at Architect Partners and Emergents expect another deal-filled year after a busy 2021. Goes back to everybody is just setting up shop. There's a big land grab happening here. We're seeing a lot of M&A, a lot of expansion investments, and that's because whoever gets the lion's share of the pie here and get the bigger slice of the pie, they can make a lot more money because we're so early. And you just have to go back to the .com boom in the 90s and those who really expanded, set up shop and so forth, they were able to really dominate the market. So as a small firm, building a presence in an emerging area can be a tremendous competitive differentiator, Architect Partners Managing Partner Eric Risley said, the merge comes after crypto M&A tripled and the capital raise transactions nearly doubled from 2020 to 2021. So everybody's going to be trying to set up a fund to invest in crypto. This is just so bullish, guys. This is the news that gets me really excited. I know, look, price is important. I don't want to see my crypto prices down. I want to see them up. But I know that there is a path towards new all-time highs, and these things that are happening, the investments, the building out of the infrastructure, all these funds being setting up, the expansions internationally by these crypto companies, all these things are building on-ramps for more people to invest and to build and to get more adoption of these crypto assets, which will lead to higher prices and valuations, guys. So I'm bullish. Like I said, I still believe we're in a bull market. And, you know, if you need to step away from the market because these low prices or pullbacks affect you mentally or whatever it may be, do it. You know, step away. Don't look at the prices for a few days. That's okay. And then come back to it, and you'll come back with some refreshed energy, fresh pair of eyes, so to speak. Because, you know, you look at these things every day. Sometimes you get what we could call banner blindness, and you come back with some fresh pair of eyes and outlook, and you may see something you haven't seen before, whether it be in your portfolio, whether it be something you missed, whatever it may be. But just some helpful advice that I personally use. So let me know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, share the video, and I'll talk to you all later.